guys, it's Muzzy here and welcome to another video. There'll be some gameplay in the background and the music is by Robi as usual. If you enjoy it, make sure to click the link in the description to a SoundCloud page. So today I'm talking about review scores, and review scores are bad. I have a lot of reasons for this. One, they're not standardized. There's no industry standard for review scores. People will give scores for different reasons and people have different basis to give scores, and they're not comparable. One reviewer might give a game a 10 out of 10, and if they give a 10 out of 10 to a lot of games, then the 10 out of 10 isn't worth much. That 10 out of 10 might be worth an 8 out of 10 on a different website, but you can't tell that. There's no way of like making proportions and stuff from different reviewers to different websites and stuff like that. And people give review scores for different reasons. Like, some people will give an average score of all parts of a game. So they take the gameplay, the storytelling, the artistic design, and all the parts of a game, and they'll give it an average score. But other people will play a game, and however they feel at the end of the game, they'll give it a high score. Like, let's say one person plays Bioshock Infinite, and they judge it on how they feel at the end of the game, and they give it a 10. And somebody else takes a step back, looks at the whole game as a whole, realizes that there's like no character progression and there isn't any emotional attachment to the characters, and the story isn't even that amazing, and they'll give it a 4 out of 10, like that happened on GameSpot recently. And scores are made with different rules from different people. It's like comparing a score in a football match to a score in a rugby match. You just can't do it. There are different rules and different ideas on what makes a good score, and like a high score might not be good for some places, and a high score may be something really good for other places. People have different views on what makes a game good, and they have different opinions. And another problem is that review scores are biased. Like, major gaming publications and websites, they'll make a lot of their money from selling ad space on their site or their magazine or whatever they do. And if they give a low score to a game, then the publisher or developer or distributor, whoever gave the game to them, they won't be happy with them. And if a developer's not happy with you, or a publisher, then you won't get early access to their newer games. You won't be able to make videos about their newer games. They won't like you. They won't give you free stuff. They won't help you with giveaways. They won't do partnerships and stuff like that. And if you get on the good side of a publisher, then they will like you. You'll get early access. They may want to partner with you at some point in the future, and they won't be annoyed with you. So let's say a hypothetical gaming site gives hypothetical publisher's game a low score. Why would the publisher want to buy the ad space on that site? It's about the publisher being happy with you, and they want early access. They want priorities from the publishers, so they'll do whatever they can to make the publisher happy. And this means that the scores will be biased, and like this happens a lot with embargoes and stuff. You won't get early access to something sometimes even if you give a game a low score, they won't let you publish the report, or they'll let you publish it and then they'll report it for copyright claims or something. So that's another big problem in the industry as a whole. And another thing, if you just take a step back, you in everyday life you wouldn't sum your emotions or feelings towards something as a number. And why would you be able to do that with a game? If I were to ask you right now, how do you feel about Bioshock Infinite, you wouldn't give me a number. You would talk to me about it, and you would tell me why you think it's good or why you think it's bad. You wouldn't say, oh, I think the shooting mechanics are 9 out of 10. One, because it's not true, and two, because it doesn't really tell me anything. It just tells me, okay, what makes a 9 out of 10 for you? And the score, like, the words are more important. What they say about the game is more important. There's no point in having the score if you don't know why the score was given. Like, a friend will ask me what do I think of Halo, and I can't really tell him it's 10 out of 10 because that doesn't tell him anything. If he wants to make an educated decision on whether to get the game or not, then he would ask me why. And when I explain why, he can make his own score for himself. If I gave him enough information, like I would say, oh, this game's too slow, but then he'll be like, that's not bad for me, I like slow games. So my score would be just, if that's just the mechanic, if speed is the mechanic of the game, my score will be 1 out of 10, his score will be 10 out of 10. So it doesn't matter. You can only compare reviewers' scores to their other games that they've reviewed, and not every reviewer has reviewed every single game ever. And you would want to get, as I said previously in a previous video, you'd want to get a lot of different opinions on games, and numbers don't really help you. And you can't rely on reviewers' tastes to give you a score, and your personal score will be different. It just will be. But for some reason people are too lazy to read words. I don't know why. I would have thought if you're gonna spend that much money or something, then you would want to know a lot about it before buying it. Like, some people are willing to gamble on somebody else's opinion being the same as theirs, and more often than not it isn't. So to wrap it all up, what somebody gives as a negative for them could be a positive for you. The review score will be completely irrelevant to you if their negative is your positive. The review scores are biased, and your feelings aren't expressed as a number in everyday life, so why they be expressed as a number in a review? Scores are easy for the reviewer, for the reader, and for some stupid reason people like reviews. They like review scores. It gives them an easy way to see what somebody thinks of the game, but it doesn't. That's what they think, but it doesn't. Without reading the review, they have no clue why the score was given, and without reading the review, you won't know what the game's actually like. But high scores make publishers happy, and scores are easy for consumers. Scores gain attention, scores gain clicks. Websites want clicks, because more clicks makes ads more valuable, and more valuable ad space coupled with happy publishers and developers makes more money. And sadly, money makes the world go round. If that's sadly for you, but it can be. I think that's me for today. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to click the like button. If you want to see more, click subscribe. If you like the music, click the SoundCloud link in the description. And have a nice day. Bye.